everybody, it's Paige, and today's video is going to be a bonus video. I actually already uploaded Vlogmas Day 22. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I will link it down below. It was my highlighter collection declutter. Whew, that was a painful video for me to film, but I paid $17 for expedited shipping on the brand new NATASHA Denona mini Biba palette, as well as the Rose Cheek Duo. So I figured I just got this today, I might as well go ahead and film and upload it so that I can make my shipping costs worth it. So we're gonna be doing a first impressions review of these two products. I do have the original Biba palette to compare the mini to. We will be doing swatches, an eye demo, all of the good things. If you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy, and let's go ahead and get started. It has been so long since I have sat down and filmed a video. Like, it feels so weird doing this. I've been filming so many like declutters and vlogs recently that I don't know, that feels like my new normal. This feels odd, but I like it. My nails, we're gonna have to just ignore them. They look rough, they are damaged. I got my acrylics taken off. That was a whole situation, but it's fine. So I did purchase my products from Sephora. They became available 2 days ago, I think, on launch day. I think it was 2 days ago. I ordered it on launch day. They got here in 2 days, which was pretty good. I was satisfied with my, you know, extra shipping costs. I figured the sooner I could get this video up, the better. So I will have these linked down below in the description box in case you guys are interested in picking them up. I also believe they are available on Beautylish, so I will have the Sephora website as well as the Beautylish website linked to these products in the description box. So anyway, yeah, we have a new NATASHA Denona launch. I'm so excited. The last NATASHA Denona launch I did a video on was the Glam face palette. Mine looks, oh my god, that's embarrassing. Why does it look so dirty? Okay, this is the Glam face palette. I love this palette. I think this was a fantastic release from NATASHA Denona. Yes, I was very happy with my purchase. This was a pricey product. All of NATASHA's products are a little bit pricier, but I was very happy with my purchase, and I am still very happy with that purchase. That being said, today's video is a first impressions review, so I'm just gonna give you guys my initial thoughts. My opinions are subject to change over time, but usually I have good luck with NATASHA's products. So the mini Biba palette retails for $25. Oh, I just smacked it on my table. And then we have the Rose Cheek Duo, which this is a cream blush and highlighter duo. I actually don't remember the retail price for this, so I'm gonna look it up really quick. So the Rose Cheek Duo retails for $19. It is vegan, cruelty-free. It has no parabens, no mineral oil. It includes hyaluronic acid and gives you a radiant finish. So we're gonna start off with this guy. I'm gonna zoom you guys in so that we can, you know, see the details a little bit better. I did a pretty simple makeup look today. Not gonna lie, I don't even have foundation on. I just have concealer because this is what I've been going to recently. I love using a concealer as like my foundation. I feel like, I don't know, it's just quick, easy, and it's what I've been doing on the daily, so that's what we're gonna use as our base for this product. So here is a closer look at the product. This reminds me of something that I've had in the past, which I'm gonna show you guys in a second. Here's what the packaging looks like. It's that super reflective, kind of like rose gold finish packaging. So this is the Rose Cheek Duo, and inside we have a cream blush and a highlighter. I'm not sure if the highlighter is powder or cream. We will find out in a moment, but here is what it looks like. So this actually reminded me of something that I just decluttered in my collection, and that is the NATASHA Denona Blush and Glow. This is very similar packaging. These two products are powder products. This is pretty old, but here's what the new one looks like. Color-wise, they are not very reminiscent, but I just meant like packaging, you know, it's the same exact packaging. But this is the Blush and Glow, and this, I think this was a mini. I think they might have sold a full size of this. There's no like shade or anything on here, but here we have the cream blush and highlighter rose cheek duo. And the only reason I decluttered this is because I literally just don't use it, and it's pretty old, so nothing against that product. But let's go ahead and swatch these formulas here. So the blush definitely has that creamy kind of putty texture. It reminds me of what is in the Glam face palette, except a little bit creamier, I would say. And then the highlighter definitely feels like a powder formula. So here are the swatches. Let's go ahead and take a peek. That blush is so beautiful. I love that color, and that highlighter, stunning. It's kind of like a super light gold champagne color, and it's very blinding and beautiful. So the swatches look great. I don't know how I want to apply this blush. I have to figure that out. I have a TikTok sound stuck in my head. Are you guys ready? It's the song that sounds like it's saying, "Go little rock star," but it's not saying that. It says like Pope is a rock star or something, but I don't know. I think I like "Go little rock star" better. The videos to that sound are always like so cute and sweet, and oh, sometimes they make me cry. But anyway, I'm gonna read you guys a little description here. It says, this is a must-have mini cheek duo featuring 2 luscious new shades of Natasha's iconic cream blush and highlighter formulas with rosy radiant finishes. So the highlighter feels like a powder to me, but the descriptions are confusing me. It makes it sound like they're both cream, so I don't know. I have no idea what the actual answer is, but based on my, you know, my senses, this feels like cream and powder. It says there's hyaluronic acid and botanical oil. So the cream blush, it says that this is Natasha's best-selling cream blush formula. It brightens and defines features with a fresh, soft, focused finish. It has an advanced powder coating technology that provides seamless, buildable pigment in a luminous universal warm rose shade. And then for the Super Glow highlighter, it says this award-winning powder highlighter. Okay, so it is a powder. Their description is confusing. It makes it sound like they're both cream products. But it says it is formulated with light diffusing chroma crystals and luxurious crushed pearls to boost your natural radiance. The unique light medium shade delivers an intensely lustrous 3D effect that flatters all skin tones. So we've got the highlighter in the shade light medium and the blush in the shade warm rose. So I guess we'll start with a brush and see how that applies with the blush to my face. Now I do want to mention that I do not have any powder on my face right now. Usually, well, I guess I would say like in the past, like my typical routine is primer, foundation, concealer, powder. Lots and lots of powder. But recently I've been enjoying just taking a concealer. This is my favorite one to do it with. This is from CoverGirl. This is the True Blend Undercover Concealer. I just kind of draw this all over my face, and then I buff it out with a flat top brush, and then that's it. I find that this concealer dries down enough to give me a super natural finish without needing to set it with powder. Now sometimes I do get oily, but I don't have any creasing or anything weird going on, so this is what I have on as my base. I have a little bit of bronzer from Maybelline, but we are gonna take a clean brush here. This makes me so sad because I just spent like literally like 14 hours cleaning my brushes. So this is the F4 from Blinged Brushes. This is from the silver set. You guys can use code PAIGE for 10% off. Also, just wanted to mention that Bling Brushes has gift cards. So if you guys are looking for a last minute Christmas gift, you guys can get them an e-gift card for Bling Brushes because, you know, Christmas is in like 2 days. So if you don't have anything physical to give to somebody, e-gift cards are a great, easy last minute gift. So I will have Bling Brushes linked down below, and in case you guys want to use that idea, that's there for you. Okay, so anyway, clean brush. This is just an angled brush. I'm gonna just tap in there. Oh, it looks like we actually have quite a bit of product, so let's go ahead and just kind of stipple this onto my cheek. I'm not sure how this is gonna look. Oh yeah, definitely getting some nice pigment. I don't want to rub, so I'm gonna stipple. This looks so pretty. I will say that I used the blush formula in this palette on top of powder, and I didn't have any problem. There's no specification in the description of the product on if it's meant for that or not, but the one in the Glam face palette definitely applied well over powder. This is applying really well just on top of my concealer that I have on. I love the color. It's so pretty. This is like the definition of a rosy blush. Very pretty. It can be very subtle and natural. It's definitely a flattering shade on my skin tone, and it is definitely buildable. I'm going in pretty lightly with the product, but each time that I dip in, it builds up with more intensity and pigment. So I gotta say, I'm liking the blush. It's definitely a weird formula. It's kind of like the putty blushes, the bouncy blushes from Maybelline that were out like 10 years ago. It almost feels like a dried out cream blush, but that's the intention, like the intended texture of the product. So definitely weird, but I would say it's very user friendly. I'm not a huge cream blush like user or fanatic or pro, so I do think that this is very user friendly and it's gorgeous. So loving that. Let's go ahead and dip into the highlighter. Now I need to find a highlighter brush that's clean. This is the F25 from my collaboration with Bling Brushes. This is the best highlighter brush in the entire world, if I do say so myself. It's absolutely fantastic. So we're gonna go into this highlighter right here. I'm just gonna tap in and we'll see what happens. Ooh, that is so pretty. I'm gonna use this little mirror. It's super soft. Like, the actual powder seems to be very finely milled. It looks very smooth, very soft. I love the color. Definitely a very flattering shade. It has a beautiful undertone. I like that it has that kind of light gold champagne-y undertone, so it's not too bright white. It'll definitely suit a larger range of skin tones, but look at that. Yes, please. I love it. I love Natasha's highlighters. I've had very good luck with them, and this actually isn't quite as like overwhelmingly intense as I thought it was gonna be. I thought this was gonna be like Becca highlighter, like overly intense, like kind of like scary to use sometimes, but this is actually like more on, I don't want to say subtle side because it's definitely not subtle, but it's just super natural because of how smooth it looks on my skin. It's not enhancing my texture at all, so you can really actually like tap in a few times and like build it up without going overboard. So again, very user friendly. You don't have to worry about messing up by putting too much on right away. And I'm still probably putting too much on, but I don't care, I'm having fun. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of highlighter on the rest of my face, and then we will zoom in just a little bit more to apply shadow to the eyes.
I'm sorry.
I had lipstick on my teeth, so hopefully that wasn't there for too long. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. 1 second. So my boyfriend is playing some game, and I guess they like were randomly put into the same lobby as some like Twitch streamer. So I just had to check it out. He has like 24,000 viewers right now on Twitch, which is crazy. So that's what Jarvis came in here to tell me. He got really excited. So anyway, where was I? Oh, I did the highlighter, loving it. Now we're gonna go ahead and zoom in and play with the new mini Biba palette. So here we have the mini Biba palette. This palette has 5 shadows in it and it retails for $25. On the Sephora website, it says that it is long wearing, has a matte finish. There's definitely a shimmer in there though. It's cruelty free and has a metallic finish as well. There we go. So this is a mini eyeshadow palette inspired by Natasha's best-selling Biba eyeshadow palette, featuring 5 all new essential nude, brown, and coral shades in luxe blendable textures. So that's exciting. These are 5 new shades, so we don't have any repeats between this palette and the Biba palette, which I will show you guys here. This is one of her larger palettes. This retails for like $129, I want to say. It's a gorgeous like neutral everyday type of palette. You've got some fun corals, you've got some cool tones, some more like yellow browns, a nice variety in here. There's tons of mattes and there's like 3 or 4 shimmers in here, but overwhelmingly it is a matte palette. So here is what the mini Biba palette is inspired by, or where they took the inspiration from. So let's go ahead and take a peek at this palette. We have no parabens, and this is cruelty-free like I mentioned. Oh, this is so pretty. Look at those shadows. This is my type of eyeshadow palette right here. I love the colors. I would describe the palette as a whole as definitely more warm tones. It's more on that peachy coral side of things. We have some nice depth in here. This is a pretty dark shade here, and then this one is also pretty deep. This one looks like an interesting texture. The shimmer is beautiful. Let's go ahead and do some swatches. So here is the first shade. Are these named? Oh, yes, they are. So this first shade here is called Bruno. That's a nice deep matte brown. The next shade here is called Izzy. This is more of like a medium matte brown. The shimmer in the palette is called Blaze Nude. This feels like it's gonna swatch beautifully. Oh, yes, ma'am, that is stunning. Next, we have Plush, which is kind of like a matte corally shade. Super pretty. And then this last color here is called Wink. This feels like a wet shadow, like a cream shadow, very smooth. Let's see, this is the, oh, it doesn't say what the formula is, but they all felt like powders except for this last one. Definitely feels like a cream shadow. Feels very soft, very blendable, and has that like creamy texture to it, kind of like a cream to powder, similar to the blush, I would say, but even a little bit creamier than the blush feels. So I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyes. I just have a little concealer on right now, so I might just add a little bit more concealer and blend that out, and then we will go ahead and play with some shadows. I also wanted to mention my sweatshirt because, you guys, I am obsessed. This is my Anxious crew neck. Isn't it so freaking cute? I am obsessed. Pink and orange is like my go-to color. I love pink, I love orange, and I'm a very anxious person. I just like popped my bra strap when I did that. But this is from the brand See the Way I See. I found them on TikTok, and you guys need to go follow them. I think they're having a restock in January. Their stuff sells out so fast, but I have this shirt. This is the first one that I bought, and then I bought another shirt that says Doing My Best, and it's so cute. There's like a rainbow in clouds. It's like a bluish kind of color. I posted it over on Instagram, but I will have their Instagram link down below because you guys should definitely go follow them because their aesthetic is everything, and I'm obsessed with their clothing. I'm definitely going to be purchasing from the next restock. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there. That will be in the description box. Let's go ahead, prime the eyes, and play with some shadow. I'm going to start by taking an E3 from Blinged Brushes, and I'm thinking we'll start with the cream shadow. This is the shade Wink, and I'm just gonna kind of swirl my brush in there and then apply this to the outer corner of my eye. This definitely is coming across, I feel like, more red on my eye than it did in the swatch. It's definitely blending out, but as it blends out, it does sheer out quite a bit. So keep that in mind. I would say your application tool would definitely have an effect on this if you go in with your finger. It's going to be a lot more pigmented. I don't want something overly pigmented today though, so I'm just going to try to build it up with my blending brush. So I've got this blended in my outer corner and then also through the crease here. It's looking really nice. Like I said, it's very blendable, and I would say this is pretty user friendly. I recently used a cream eyeshadow from Patrick Ta. I tried out his eyeshadow palette. I forgot what it's called, but you know, the big neutral eyeshadow palette, and I used one of the cream shadows from there, and that one was definitely more of a wet formula, a little bit more difficult to manipulate because it was like just like wetter, so it's kind of like getting everywhere. This has a little bit of a drier texture than that, so it takes a little bit more pressure to blend and apply the product, which is actually a good thing in my opinion. It's not like difficult to apply, but it's not like every little place you touch you're getting dark eyeshadow everywhere. So I find this very user-friendly once again. I did want to go ahead and hold up these palettes side by side because I realized I didn't do that. So here we have the two palettes. I feel like this little mini palette definitely corresponds to the middle row the most. It fits in with those shades, but as I look at the palette, I mean, I see some shades that look similar. There's a few that probably translate similarly to the eyes. I'll do some swatches because I realized I forgot to do that. I'll do some swatches of the ones that I feel like look most similar based on how they look in the pan. So here is the cream shadow from the mini Biba palette. It's the shade Wink. And then we have the shade Rayon, which is on my ring finger. This is from the regular Biba palette, and these definitely look pretty similar. I don't know that you could really tell those apart on the eyes. I would say Rayon, it's a little bit lighter, but it looks pretty much the same. Maybe like just like a teensy bit lighter in depth. But other than that, very, very similar. Here is a close-up of those swatches. We have the mini Biba palette here and the regular Biba palette here. Next, we have Blaze Nude from the mini Biba palette. And then this one here is called Monroe, and this is from the regular Biba palette. These are pretty similar, but I can definitely see a difference. Blaze Nude is more of like a chunky shimmer. It's more textured. It also has a little bit more of like a pink undertone, whereas Monroe has more of like a champagne-y kind of slightly yellow undertone. But they are very similar, but like I said, the one from the mini Biba palette definitely has a little bit more of a pinkiness to it. So it's similar, but still definitely different. Those two look way more different than the first two shades for sure. And then the only other one that looks remotely similar is the matte peachy color, but these are definitely not even close to the same. So we have Plush from the mini Biba palette. This is that matte kind of corally shade. And then we have Buff from the Biba palette, and this is much deeper, much darker, similar in tone, but definitely not the same at all. I would say that cream shade is definitely, if it's not the same, it's very, very similar, but the other four shades I wouldn't find like exact dupes within the large Biba palette. So we have that cream kind of laid down on the outer corner and crease. So now I think I'm just gonna take that same brush and we're gonna go into the deepest shade in the palette, which is Bruno, which is this one here. And I'm just gonna lightly tap into that. Sometimes NATASHA Denona's shadows look differently on the eyes than they do in the pan. This is a very good example of that. I used this shade right here on my eyes and it does not look the same whatsoever. Looks very, very different, almost like a completely different shadow. So I feel like that tends to happen sometimes, but usually it's like a matte brown looks a lot darker on the eye than it does in the pan. So we're gonna take some of this deep brown shade and I'm just gonna lightly tap this in the inner corner. I'm gonna blend it out a tiny bit, but I don't wanna smoke that out too much because I don't want an overly intense eye. So I'm just gonna kind of focus that right there in that outer corner. Now I'm gonna take the shimmer and I'm gonna take this on my finger and we're going to apply this to the lid. Oh my gosh, that is intense. Do you guys see that? Holy crap. Hello? Wow. Gotta love NATASHA and her shimmer. I'm just gonna kind of blend out this line between the shimmer and mattes, just so we have a little bit more of a seamless look, but Oh my goodness, that is so pretty. Okay, now I'm gonna take another blending brush. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab another E3 from Blinged Brushes. And I wanna go into this peachy color right here, the matte shade called Plush. And I'm just gonna take a tiny bit of that and go right along the edge of my eyeshadow just to blend things out a little bit better and see if I can kind of create a little bit more of that gradient. Then I'm gonna go in with my E38 from Blinged Brushes, and I'm gonna take the shade Izzy, which is this last matte color that we haven't used yet, and this is just like a flat kind of smudger brush. And I'm gonna take this and rub it along my lower lash line just to create some definition and to balance out the eye a little bit. Going back into the rose cheek duo, I'm gonna tap into the highlighter, and I'm gonna take an E22 from my collaboration with Blinged Brushes, and I'm just going to take this and pop that right on the inner corner. And I'm also gonna put a little bit of this on the brow bone just to kind of highlight the eyes a little bit. This highlighter really is so beautiful. So now I'm gonna go in with some mascara. I don't know which one I want to use. Maybe we'll do Benefit Roller Lash. I've been really enjoying Benefit Roller Lash recently, so I'm just gonna apply some of this, and then I will be right back for final thoughts and the final look. Alright you guys, so here is the finished eye look. I think it turned out so good. Am I surprised? Absolutely not. I love NATASHA Denona's products. I feel pretty familiar with them. I would say the cream shadow is not my favorite. I just don't prefer working with creams. I am a powder kind of person, so I'm powder eyeshadows all the way. The cream was nice. I have no like complaints or really anything negative to say about it, other than it's just like, I don't know, it just seems like a little bit extra work. But if you enjoy creams, if you want to experiment with creams, I feel like the NATASHA Denona cream shadows are definitely more easy to work with. And I don't even know if they're cream shadows. I'm just calling them that. They are like a wet texture, so it's kind of like cream, demi-cream powder kind of thing. But I think that the eye look turned out great. All the shadows applied beautifully. I like that there aren't very many, well, there's actually no color repeats. I feel like that cream shadow is very, very similar, but other than that, the shades are pretty different, so I do think that that's nice. So if you already own the Biba palette, you don't necessarily need to skip out on this one. Like, you can experience new shades with, you know, everybody else. I was looking through my other mini palettes just to see if there was anything similar, and I don't really think so. The mini Zendo has a few of those like peachier kind of coral shades, but definitely not similar enough. There's no like repeat shades. This one is not even close. This one is not even close. I have the mini nude palette, which has more neutral shades, but again, not anything close to this one. Alright you guys, so that is gonna be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. I really enjoyed this palette, and I also really like the little duo. Is this something like completely new and, you know, innovative? No, but do I love it? Yes. Do I recommend it? Yes. If you like these types of colors, or if you want to try something from NATASHA Denona, I feel like both of these are great because they are, I'll say, more affordable. Still kind of pricey for the size of product that you're getting, $25 and $19, but definitely much more attainable than a $130 palette. So I love the mini palettes. I think they're great, and I find them to be very consistent to the larger palette formulas. So if you guys have been wanting to try something from NATASHA Denona, I think this is great because it is very wearable. You can create lots of neutral, fun, wearable looks with this, like every day. And I like that there's lots of different depths and undertones, and you have plenty of mattes. You have the one shimmer, which is kind of all you really need. I feel like it's a very universal shimmer. So overall, I'm very impressed with the palette. I also really like this duo. The blush color is so fun, and the highlighter especially. I think the highlighter is a standout product in this duo right here. I think the blush is nice. It's different. It's that cream formula, but the highlighter, look at that. Like, that's all I can see. key in my viewfinder is the highlighter. So I would recommend both of these. Like I said, they will be linked down below in the description box. I appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to watch my video. I have some other Natasha Denona reviews up if you guys are interested in seeing some of their other palettes. You can just like search Paige Koren Natasha Denona, and you can kind of see that way. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me. I hope you all enjoyed. I love you all so much. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys in the next video, which is gonna be tomorrow. All right, bye guys, I love you.